Okay, shitbird. Fucking god. This is so fucking stupid. Holy shit. Now I have to fucking tilt the goddamn computer screen again. Dick balls, bitch ass. Fucking. God damn it, and it's fucking hot in here. Hello, pussy. That's crude. Alright. I recorded 20 minutes of me fucking talking, and I did not have the audio active, which is so silly and cute and funny, and it's somehow fucking brighter now. Do I look hot in this? I can't tell, bro. I hope so. So, what I was talking about, hey, you know, the second draft is always better than the first draft, right, bitch? I was talking about Dark Souls 3. I was talking about the game because I was thinking about it lately and how impactful it was. And I watch there's a lot of videos on YouTube, and I watch a lot of videos about that game, about the theory and the lore, and there's people with nice voices that talk about that subject, man. I tell you, and they got good things to say, and it's interesting, and it's a compelling story, and okay. When I was little and I played it, I remember walking into Wolnir's fight, and this giant dude that comes at you, and it's a type of experience, the cinema of that scene, that is emblematic of what sets From Software games apart from others. When you play many games, and this is something other people talk about, a lot of people put time and effort into a game, so they want you to fucking see the shit in the fucking game. And what is one of the unique elements of the Dark Souls games, Dark Souls 3 I am focusing on specifically, is that there are hidden things. There are things in the fucking game that you might not find. Bro, there were places, okay, you know where you get the Coranthi ring, I don't know how you fucking say it. Nobody told me how to say it. And the other little outfit where you fight the stray demon, and Sigurd is like, no, you should have waited. But you climb up in that building. So I did all that when I first played. I climbed up in the building, but I didn't drop down that other fucking tower and find that ring and that stuff, bro. I never knew that was there and there's still places that I'm finding in this fuck ass game that I have played multiple times, and I don't replay games, but I keep going back to it. There's still shit that I find in there, right? There's the fucking illusory wall deal that they have. There's all this stuff, and it is all the more art because it is created not insisting that you look at it, but rewarding you sincerely if you find it. And that's an important distinction. That's an important difference in sensation when you feel as if you are rewarded sincerely for stumbling upon something, as opposed to being guided to find it because the people who made the game want you to see it, which is understandable because, like I said, they spend a lot of fucking time on this shit. So there's that. That's cool. And I remember what I fucking I don't have my background music playing, bro. Hold your horses. I like that I don't get copyrighted for it. I don't know why. I think because it's quiet enough, or that it's just random little Spotify people, so they don't realize whose music it is, but whatever. That was rather loud. This is a good song. So when you get to Irithyll out of the little cave shit, and you on that little cliff outcropping, and the bridge is over here, and the city is in front of you, and it's all glittering, and you can see forever. There, you're suddenly fucking standing. This is hard. I said all this shit in the first fucking video, so it's different. You get out of it, you see this twinkling, snow-covered fucking city, an environment that has been completely absent from the earlier parts of the game. It is a totally new look to an area, and you are fucking there, dude. You feel it. It is a force of environmental work to lift somebody out of however they're playing a game on a 2D screen and insert them into the fucking world. And to do so in such a graceful way is a rare thing and a tremendously beautiful thing. And the moments like what I'm describing are many in these games. And that is not to say they are absent in other titles by other creators. But there is something that I believe is unique to the From Software titles in those games, and that is really special. And I have another reel of footage. Stop talking so... Oh, it doesn't fucking matter. It is that. I have another thing where I talk about some of this shit, and I don't remember if I said what I'm about to say, but it doesn't matter. I don't have to clarify, and this is a process over time that will become more natural to speak and say what I want to say. Jesus Christ. There are a lot of games and things out there where you can feel like you are in the world, but they all have their own different flavors and textures to them, bro. And I feel that between the incredible breadth of diversity and locations and creatures and people in the From Software games, and the attention to detail when it comes to creating environments and landscapes, I believe there's something really special there and really unique and set apart from other examples. And the other examples that do come to mind to me right now are, in certain games I have started to play them turning the HUD off completely. I mean, fucking everything. And this doesn't always work, obviously, but like, I played Fallout 76 a little for a while, and I know my way around that game. You still have the Pip-Boy and shit, so if you turn the HUD off all the way, it changes the game around. And I don't necessarily, when I do play it, I don't really play it now because I feel like there's not a lot to do in it. But when I do, it's with the HUD off, and I have all this shit that makes me jump really high and move faster, and I have my FOV narrowed down, and it's different. It's like exploring. It's a totally different game. It is a sandbox, and the focus for me becomes the landscape and the creatures. And similarly to Dark Souls and stuff, there is a solid amount of diversity and intricacy when it comes to creature design and environmental stuff in the in these Fallout games, and in Fallout 76 as an example. Besides the playstyle I described, I'm not gonna say it's a good game. I think it's just a grind deal that doesn't really have much rewarding. Honestly, I feel like the quests and the world in general are kind of adolescent and geared toward younger kids, which is cool, but I mean, it's sad to me. I'm not actually sad about this, but like, to have something that was adult, not in violence, but in the fact that the stories were rich and complex and you could fail to understand what was going on if you didn't have focus on, like, dude, I'm describing Dark Souls shit. Dark Souls shit, the parts of it that have nothing to do with gore or violence or that kind of adult stuff, but strictly in the fact that, like, maybe you wouldn't understand the nuance of certain themes if you're a little kid. Just, that's the fucking way it is. And in Fallout 76, I feel like it's geared toward younger kids in that way, really, in the simplicity of stuff, and there's so much room there to make things not black and white, to make things like there's so much available fucking real estate to do legitimate and complex and rather important and relevant social commentary, which would be so fucking dope, dude. It would be so dope. And that, the narratives that would come with that would provide a reason and a sense of intrigue when it comes to people who want to play the game and follow the quests. Like, if the shit that I'm describing was in the game that way and it was made that way, I would love to keep my HUD off and shit and play it like I'm walking around, but also be invested in the stories. But there are the most brain dead, like, dumb ass stories in Fallout 76. You must have been a how many millions of dollars went into that game? And I get that it's marketable to whatever, but Elden Ring was a gigantic success, and the narrative style was mature in the way I'm describing. But they're different games, and I get that too. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else I need to say. I don't know, bro. I remember the cinematography as an application in Dark Souls 3, and the way the environmental tones were really done. Well, I remember now. So, look, Dark Souls 3 was in a unique position because it had a different it was newer, right? So in the older games, you could have had the same competence when it came to creating cinematographic environments and aesthetics and just world feels. But Dark Souls 3 had the capacity to do graphical things that the past games did not. And I was thinking about the difference and blah 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 blah. But then I'm like, no, because I played the old Demon Souls on a fucking emulator on my MacBook, sitting out on the porch of my apartment at like 4 a.m. in San Francisco, and I loved that. I was in another fucking world, bro, because, dude, holy shit. I've seen stuff about the remake, and I love that they remade that game, but at the same time, I understand the fucking difference between the two, bro. And I mean, the presence, the sense of presence when you play the first Demon Souls is astounding. It's absolutely fucking astounding. When you go, lady singing, whoo, and then the dude going, ah. Oh fuck, what is it called? Tower of Latria. Yeah, bro. Unbelievable. So fucking cool, dude. So fucking cool. That whole trajectory. And then you go to the little demon place, and it's the thrumming, the heavy, like, bass of, like, a heart pumping or like a body, and it's fucking huge, and you feel it as you go through there. And then you go down, and the bug noises just take over. It's so fucking good. And see, this is different than the first time I recorded this shit, because the first time I recorded it, I was saying Dark Souls 3 was best with the environmental tone and blah 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 blah, because they had the graphical power to do it, to bring their vision to a next level, and etc. And I'm realizing now, when I think again about when I play Demon Souls like this, the graphics didn't matter as much. It looked beautiful. It looked proper to me. It was exactly what needed to be there, and it was such a stunning transportation to these places. Really, really, really fucking great, incredible, powerful. It's art, bro. I love art. I love this shit. I'm so glad that these games exist and that there are people in the world right now that have the gall to create stuff like this. And it's not, I don't think what I'm saying is an overstatement. I don't think I'm being dramatic at all. I think from an artistic standpoint, these are, oh, fuck. It's stupid. It sounds stupid to me to say they're high art, which I'm sad about, because I really do believe that. And I hope within my lifetime I am able to see things like video games reach a cumulative acceptance as being high art. And there are examples like Kentucky Route Zero. And I think well, fuck it, bro. I think the original Life is Strange.
Would Nathan Prescott please come to the front office? Thank you.
Rachel Amber. She looks so hopeful and pretty. I wonder what happened to her. Posters over posters? Somebody really wants to find Rachel Amber.
And Oxenfree.
It used to be a military base. Well, it used to be a ranching thing, then it was turned into an army thing, then it became a bird thing and a museum or whatever. Henry Fonda stationed here, I think, for a bit.
It's fine, Ren. Go on up ahead and we'll catch up with you.
Okay, I guess, man. I'll just be up the hill. Normally, this is like a 20 deep rager, but... Fire! Man's great equalizer.
So, what's the, like, thing to do here? Other than obviously go skinny dipping and get murdered by Jason Kruger.
Yeah, I think it's just whatever. We should explore the island. I mean, if this is pretty much a one-time thing, we shouldn't waste it.
Hey, where does that old woman live?
Oh, you mean Maggie Adler?
Yeah.
Nowhere. She's dead.
What?
Yep, keeled over 3 days ago. It was all over the news. Local news, anyway. Oldest living resident. Hey, we could go see her house. It must be huge. She was rich as No, we can't see her house. There's a giant fence, and I don't want to tear my jeans trying to climb it.
Are different examples of environmental and narrative, what the fuck is the word? Dude. Oh my god, this is so fucking annoying. I want to fucking remember the word that I'm thinking of, bro. Prowess? Perhaps. Who fucking gives a shit? Kentucky Route Zero is the main one that I think is high art. In addition to, like, fucking Demon Souls, bro. And those, like, imagine, dude, okay. If you took chunks like environmental areas of certain From Software games and took them out of context and did a simulation of like a AI, like an old AI, like a game AI of essentially the player character walking around, and had it so like the edges of the map, like you take an area, right? And at the edge of it, it's just like white, like past the confines, like it trails off, like you have pebbles and shit, and it's just white, like the fucking Matrix or something. Or you could leave it. I'm saying the white because it's an aesthetic. It'll make sense. If you take that and arranged it to fit in a gallery, like a screen, a display, something that fit the look and the feel you wanted it to have in a gallery setting, I could anticipate seeing that at art museums, like modern art museums that I've been to. It would fit because those places, those environments, the ambiances are able to stand by themselves. But you don't see them there because they're a different type of work. You see them in plastic boxes on the shelves or on fucking Steam or the fucking PlayStation Store or something. And it's different than art right now. And I can't imagine this not being the case, but I hope there are always bold creators and people that really make new things and adult things, not in a sexual or violent or any sense like that, but adult in that the concepts require a clear mind and focus to understand the nuance and what is really being said there. And that's not anything about, I'm literally saying when I was a kid I didn't understand this stuff, but now there's stuff that I do and I appreciate it because I see the world differently than I do when I was a kid, and I'm interested by the themes, the subtlety, things about life, things about existing as a person here. It's not a thing like you have to be smart to get this and I'm smarter than you because I'm like this stuff. It's global. It's something that you don't have to make inaccessible. Okay? You can convey these things that are adult and that are about nuanced ideas with simple language and with simple things that are within reach of somebody who can't even read. Like, actually. So, I just want to be clear that when I'm saying this stuff that I want to be present in future games and just art in general, it's not something you got to be smart to understand. It's something that is in all of us and that just really comes to maturity as we get older, as we get to a certain age, and our focus on our life changes and how we see ourselves changes. It's some real shit. So yeah, I was going some other way with this before, and I guess all I have to say now is I hope I remember. It was just about the museum shit. Like, I remember when I was little, and it's weird that this really sticks with me still. I was, like, actually little. And pretty much what I described was in an art museum. And they had the computer or whatever was running it. And it was like an environmental simulation. It had little people or creatures moving around. I think it was like a caveman type thing. And it was pretty much just a blank, like a white background, but you had set dressing like bushes and plants and shit, and it was just bots doing little random shit, and that's cool to me, bro. That's cool. It's really fucking cool. Look, long ass video. I'm trying to make shorter videos. I just love to hear myself talk. I hope I can narrow this into a little bit, about that much footage, that much time. Have a good night, bro. This is, I don't know if I said it in the other footage. It doesn't matter. I'm probably going to edit out that right now. Shut the fuck up. This is Mount Cook, New Zealand. There's a hostel here. It's little. There's nothing else around. I took this photo, and it's a bitchin' photo, but you can't see it because it's all blown out. But in the other footage, you can see it. And I love New Zealand. I would give it a big kiss if I could. And I love Mount Cook, bro. I keep thinking about Mount Batty. That's in Maine, right? I like Mount Batty too. Okay. The song of the evening is the one that is playing is Surf Scum by Passion Mango. And the other song of the evening is Vampire Empire by Big Thief.